Hey everybody, it's Rob here. The Season 7 PTR starts today. So in just a few hours from now, usually at 7 p.m. CET or noon EST in America, you can play the new Season 7 on the test server and we can test all these new season things. We can test the armory, we can test the new class balance, we can test the new hell tide, and all these kind of different things here. I'm going to go over a couple updates and some strong builds that I'm looking forward to test today live on stream. So you have the full patch notes. I'm going to link these below here. There is a ton of updates. There is a lot to go through. And if you've never played a PTR, basically in your Battle.net launcher, if you're on PC, this is a PC only. So unfortunately it doesn't work for console. You can click the development test here and you can just press on play once the server is live. You can log in and you can play Season 7 already. Now Season 7 is not releasing to the live game yet. That's going to happen at the end of January. But today is December 3rd, so we can log in and test all the new changes. So there's this complete new season theme progression system where you can unlock a lot of powers here of witchcraft and a lot of like demonic powers that infuse and buff your character and have quite some impact on many builds. There's also a lot of support buffs that I'm going to go over here, and I'll show you some of the, I believe, like pretty strong combinations that I'm definitely looking forward to try here. And then we have this new Helltide. Obviously, it's called Headhunt. Basically, at the Tree of Whispers, it's the green Helltide, and similar to what we had in Season 2. So there's going to be a bunch of juicy rewards for you to collect. You can also like overlap here with a bunch of Whispers and Grim Favors and basically juice your tree, and you will be able to get new occultic gems. They look like this. We also have them on the planner already. So this is basically another way of adding powers to your jewelry. So you can put these in the sockets and just get some crazy power out of this. You can see here 25% movement speed, 15 crit chance. And on top of this, you still keep like the jewelry, you keep your armory, you keep your resistance, or you're getting extra damage here from your auras and hexes that are coming here from the new occult powers. And witchcraft powers, you can see like you can shoot like a big projectile at the monsters here. I think it's going to be a ton of fun to jump in and test this one out and also give feedback so we can have a cool Season 7. On top of this, guys, we are finally getting the armory in the PTR. So you basically have a full way of like saving your build and doing different activities with different kind of variations of your character. So you can, most likely you're going to have like one build for bossing, and then you probably have like one build for like low content, and then maybe one build for the pit pushing. So this is going to save your entire equipment. You can also give names to it. It's going to save your skills and your paragon. And I think it would definitely be very helpful to give some feedback to these features. Now, obviously, you know, the armory kind of should have been in the game, in my opinion, from the start. We didn't have that, but they are doing it now. They're listening to the community. So we're definitely going to get some cool changes here and build the loadouts, a way to save all your stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to that. The planner here on D4 builds is also updated. I'm going to link that below. Obviously, we're going to have some more art assets, but you guys can kind of see here all these powers, and I already made like basically a planner for a lot of the different characters. So first of all, we have the Hoda Earthquake Barb here. I already made a video about that, and I think this is going to be the first build I try. So there is like this big like mantle of the Mountain's Fury, which basically makes your Earthquake deal double damage and your Hoda proc your Earthquakes. So I'm thinking this is going to be pretty cool, and I want to combine this with Soul Harvest and one of the new aspects that we have here, the Fisher aspect, but also the we see here this one, the Executioner's aspect, which basically makes your Earthquake scale double dip with your main stat, because baseline you're getting damage with main stat, and then you're getting 25% damage per 100 strength, making it even stronger. And then we're combining this, for example here, just one combination with the Soul Harvest power that gives us extra main stat, 3% primary stat for X amount of seconds for every monster whenever we use a cooldown skill. So this is going to be crowded. It's going to be per skill, and we have a bunch of cooldown skills. Like we have Barbarians, so we have like Warcry, we have Shouts, we have like all this kind of crazy stuff. So we're getting basically extra main stat per enemy, per cooldown usage that we can then fully juice for this Executioner's aspect here, and double scale. We also have percent main stat here, double, triple scale that, And then we're also rocking the Friend of the Bug power, which also gives us another 10% primary stat and 10% life when we have 3 growth and decay powers equipped. And Soul Harvest is already the first growth and decay power. The Poison Frog is the second growth and decay power. And then here I chose the Hex one, is the third growth and decay power. So we're going to get a ton of juice from this one. And then we also get extra damage reduction and extra damage here from hexes and auras, because we also run a bunch of auras. So there's certainly going to be a lot of like strong combinations that you can do between those occult stones and basically your 1 psych power, and then you have like 4 of these more of a supportive power that you can like fully juice, and you can also level these. So on the PTR there's going to be a dancing vendor, so you don't have to worry about farming much, because you can now copy your character. So once you log into this PTR rather than the live version, you can basically copy your character and have the character that you have on live on this test server as well, just like import it. And then on top of this, you can like boost yourself to receive all the power, so you don't have to do any tedious farming. You can jump right into testing and test your new favorite build or test a new seasonal theme. They made it now very convenient, and it's been come a long way since the first and also since the last PTR. So getting updates there is very nice to make it easier to test things, so we don't have a completely broken season again. So that's very cool. And next thing here I wanted to show you is the Bloodwave Necro. So they are doing a ton of buffs here to Bloodwave, and I think this might be, because they're nerfing Spirit Bomb, we're going to talk about that in a second as well, this might be one of the strongest builds. This is like the new Bloodwave unique here that basically gives you another 4x damage and makes your Bloodwave so it like pulls the enemies together and then basically like creates a big DPS explosion that's going to do a ton of damage and crowd control them. And there is other buffs that the Necro is getting to some of the passives and some of the new legendaries, because this is an ultimate skill. So ultimate skills are getting a big juice at rank 5. You're unlocking new effects, and you basically just get a ton of aspects that also scale your ultimate damage. So I believe this thing here is going to be pretty wild. And Necro has been kind of out of the meta for quite a long time. You can also see here, you can't only like pull them, you can also like knock them back away from you if you want. Like you can make them dance basically, if that's what you like. And there's also a new aspect here, turning your Bone Spear. So Bone Spear was one of the fan favorite builds of Season 0. Actually, the most popular video on this channel is still a Bone Spear Necromancer. So I'm having a ton of fun with that one. And this was like a cool meta back in the days. And maybe the Bone Spear will make a return. But I made like a full like Blood Wave Necro planner here with like a title aspect. And some of the new aspects here that we can expect to get with the new pants here. So you can like try around with these planners, and you can make your own as well. I'm going to link those below too. And then I also have, obviously, Spiritborn is receiving quite some bug fixes. We have no idea really of how many bug fixes. So I think that Quill Volley, because Quill Volley directly doesn't get a nerf, and that's pretty cool, because it's one of the strongest core skills. They could just buff the others, but like I'm much appreciating they're not being nerfs. So the Rod of Kapaleka is getting like a nerf basically. So there's a lot of like nerfs to all the builds, but I still think Quill Volley is going to remain one of the strongest competitors on Spiritborn. And I think Spiritborn might still be extremely strong. And we'll see if stuff with the double dipping of Felthus Slayer and also the Jaguar Spirit Hall will be fixed, because I kind of have my Spiritborn basically ready to go and ready to rock in. And then there is a new build here in town that we've already played. I already have a video on this. This is the Razor Wings. This is like a boomerang, like blessed hammered in Diablo 2 kind of playstyle, where your Razor Wings are basically circling around you, and they buff this quite a lot. There is a ton of new aspects that buff this one, such as the Endless Talon aspect. They also changed the mechanics so that you can have more of these Razor Wings swirling around you at the same time. They also did change the temper. They went from a chance to double cast, which was a negative thing because you have this like Razor Wing limit, but now you have a chance to deal double damage. So this build, of course, the Spiritborn as a whole is getting nerfed, Viscous Shield and all these like crazy bugs that scale your damage to quadrillions and even more. are going to get changed. But I think even if you divide the damage by like 1,000,000, it's probably still going to be the strongest class. And then on top of this, you can add the witchcraft powers that you didn't have before, and you can add these like, you know, new crazy scalars here with the occult gem and the moonlight ward. So I think it's going to be looking to be pretty strong. I'm definitely super excited for it. Obviously, I'm also preparing a lot for Path of Exile, guys, but Path of Exile is only releasing on Friday. And you can check this out if you like, if you're into this kind of game. It's definitely going to be, you know, not as easy, let's say, to get into the game, but they improved a lot. And I think Path of Exile, you'll enjoy it quite a bit if you have a few more hours, you know, to put in. And if you want to, you know, like put in a couple hours in this game, I think Path of Exile is amazing for you. So I definitely plan on playing the Diablo 4 PTR for quite a few days. And then on Friday, we'll jump in to Path of Exile 2. There's a ton of fantastic stuff. I'm also going to have a few, basically just like what my plans and my, like, you know, beginning character and like what kind of ascendancy and maybe even build that I want to do. I'm going to share some of that stuff, obviously. And we'll jump on Friday in. But like we have a couple, like three days of PTR to also bridge some time and to learn what is going to wait for us in January come Season 7. I'm definitely excited for the seasonal theme and for especially the Barbarian Earthquake build. I hope you enjoy Barb Nation, and maybe I'm gonna go Warrior. Right now I'm leaning Warrior in Path of Exile 2, and this is like the closest it gets to like a Barbarian. There's also like a Hoda build, so I'm looking forward to that. And it's going to be definitely a great time to be an ARPG enjoyer here at the end of 2024. And also coming into 2025, we have probably Path of Exile leaks and Diablo 4 seasons to enjoy and to look forward to, as long as they don't overlap. It's going to be a ton of fun, guys. Log in just a few hours. We'll be here. We'll be streaming this. And then on Friday, PoE. Let's go. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.